Hello everyone, my name is Usetu. I'm a professional makeup artist and Quentin Tarantino hater. I remember that one. And this week I wanted us to look at spot concealing. So the reason why for this is because I have a bit of situation. So on my forehead, I have a bit of a situation there. On my lower part of my face, I have many situations there. And this is paired with like maskne and also like genetic things. Like I have an upper lip beard thing going on and also on my chin, but like those are just genetic things. And also on my nose is also genetic. I have really bad sinuses, so the bridge of my nose sometimes goes purpley bluey if it's really bad. At the moment it's okay, like it's moderate, the bruising isn't too bad, so I'm not really worried about that. And then of course my under eye is just, there's a lot of problems, and I wanted to talk about spot concealing because I think it's the holy grail. So many people have given us so many techniques on how to wear masks with makeup, and all of them don't work. They don't work. They've never worked for me. So I wanted to try spot concealing. I did it yesterday. There were still some transfers, but that's because I decided to wear lipstick. I forgot that no one can see my lips, which is silly. But anyways, there was a little bit of smudging, but not that bad. Also, I just want to put this disclaimer here that if you do have any maskne or any pimples, try not to wear makeup. Like if you do have very active pimples chilling on your face, just don't do it, friend. Just don't do it. So yeah, I wanted to look at that today. And if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Setu. I'm a professional makeup artist. On my channel, we talk about makeup and makeup related topics. I also have an Instagram that you can follow, and I also have another Instagram where I drop skincare and makeup advice called @HelloMeAndYou. So if you're interested in makeup or like, I don't know, you just think I'm cool, please subscribe. If you're interested in receiving professional makeup advice every week or so. I know I haven't uploaded, but it's because there's a lot going on in my life right now. So I'm not going to prioritize YouTube over like real life because shit happens. People are still dying. We're still living in a pandemic, you know? So if you're interested in hearing about me, my problems, and makeup, by all means subscribe to my channel. If you're not, okay. First things first, you have to do your skincare routine. So you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for some time, there are two different routines that you should be using on your skin. You should have a separate one for if you're going to be applying makeup, and a separate one for if you are not going to be having makeup on. So now that we understand that there are two different methods for doing your skincare routine, depending on whether or not you're wearing makeup, let's continue. So I have dry skin. So what I like to do is to really hydrate my skin before I apply makeup. So firstly, what I like to do is to start off with the toner. I like to get my face nice and wet before I proceed to applying product, as toner helps the product sink into my skin a lot better. And then secondly, what I like to do is to use the Laneige Skin Cream Refiner. I always rave about this girl. I got the bigger bottle now, so I'm having fun using her day and night. And I love this product because it hydrates my skin so well. If you are someone with oily skin, you can just use that and go about your day. But don't trust me too much. I'm a makeup person. I don't really do skincare, but I do skincare in terms of like makeup. Anyways, my point is that Laneige is a great product. It helps hydrate your skin, and it also moisturizes it at the same time. I would highly recommend that you check this product out. I'm obsessed with it and I always talk about it. Okay, moving on. The third thing that I like to do is to apply a moisturizer. At the moment, I'm using the Body Shop Vitamin E range. I'm using all of the products from there. I'm having so much fun. I'm enjoying them. I always talk about them because, you know, sometimes you find a product that completely changes your life, and that was it in that moment. Because of the winter, my skin was just out of control and I didn't like it until I bumped into the Laneige toner as well as the Body Shop Vitamin E range. But anyways, this is a product that I really enjoy. It helps lock in all of that moisture and hydration I had just added in by using my Body Shop Fit E toner, the hydrating toner, as well as the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. And then the last thing that I like to do is to apply sunscreen. Sunscreen is non-negotiable. You have to apply sunscreen whenever, wherever. It's just something that should be in your life and something that you should take really seriously. So I like to apply a sunscreen. The one that I'm using now is the Keep Cool 50 SPF broad spectrum sunscreen, I think it is. I'm not sure because it's not right here in front of me, but I really like that sunscreen. It's my favorite. Number one, it blends in super duper quickly. It does not have a white cast like most sunscreens would, and it doesn't burn your eyes. That was like the one that sold it to me, is the eyes burning. So I really recommend this sunscreen. I'm gonna have a different video explaining all the things that I love about sunscreen and why you should have it in your makeup later on, but yeah, get that sunscreen. So once I've done these 4 steps, so the last thing that I like to do is to use the vitamin E facial mist. I really love this mist. It's really hydrating, but not to a point where it makes my skin look too oily. It just becomes really tacky. So it really helps the makeup stick to my face, and I could even use it as a primer because of this. I'll be also using it later to set my makeup into my face as a setting spray as well. Okay, so now that we've spoken about the skincare, we can move on to the makeup. So what I like to do when I spot conceal is to use different colored concealers. So I end up using about 2 or 3 different concealers, and the main reason for this is because your face isn't the same color across it, and we're trying to imitate a smooth, flawless face. So you have to apply concealer that matches that part of your face, concealer that matches the other, and like you get the gist. So at the moment I'm using concealer from LA Girl. I'm also using concealer from Revlon as well as MAC in order to do this. What I like to do as well is to just use this brush. This is the 106 brush from Avon. I like it because the tip is pointed, so it helps me blend in easier. But anyways, I like to do this where I just pat where I want to spot conceal. Over here I'm using the LA Girl concealer. I just like to pat the places that I think are hyperpigmented. What I would do later is to go back there and blend it in. So right now what I want is for all of that product to just sink into my face. I'm just selecting the places of my face that I want to conceal and the places of my face that I want to correct. So you see over here on the edges of my nose there's a little bit of redness. So I'm just going to take the concealer and just cancel that out. I'm going to use a mixture of the Revlon concealer along with the LA Girl and the MAC just to create a color for my nose because it's not even. So I'm just going to cover that up. I'm actually going to cover my whole nose because it's actually a little bit red. So what I like to do next after I've like chosen the spots that I want to conceal is that I like to use a very damp beauty blender. I like these small ones because I think they're cute. And once I will take that and just roll it to blend in my edges. I don't want to drag the beauty blender across my face because then that would pick up the product. I want to push the product in. So what I will do is to just that. So I'm rolling and pushing at the same time, and I'm just blending out my edges so that things look seamless and like it's supposed to be there. Okay, so now that I've blended in my spot concealing, the next thing that I like to do is to just highlight my face as usual. And I'm using the Revlon Color Stay concealer. I really like it. It's okay. I'm having fun with it. Would I buy it again? I don't know. Anyways, I like to take some of that product and just tap it into my face using the corner of this. Do the same to that side. Nothing too serious, just blending it out, just adding in a nice airbrush in the middle part of my face. So for this part of my nose, you can see a little bit that it's not really blended well. I'm first gonna apply the contour for my nose before I blend that in properly. And then once I've contoured my nose, we'll blend in everything perfectly. So the next thing that I like to do after I have highlighted my face is to contour my nose. So I like to contour my nose at the natural places where it kind of like has a shadow. So I like to contour it here because there's already a natural shadow over there, and down here. I don't really concern myself with this part of my nose because can't really do much about it. There's no like shadows there. If I do contour it, what will happen is that I'll make it look larger over here for no reason. So I like to just contour my nose to the best, to just accentuate my nose's features. I don't really change the shape of it. So what I like to do is to put some product on this brush and to just contour, I guess. I like to add some here. It's very little product because I'm scared of putting on too much product, because that would take me like an hour to blend in, and no one wants to have a muddy face. So I like to just bring the product down there. Once I get to the bulky part of my nose, what I like to do is to just continue following the outline. There's not much I can do. Then I'll just do this part of my nose, but that's about it. I'm not really like adventurous with nose contour. I keep it simple, keep it light, you know. I have places to be. I can't be drawing on a new nose. I don't have that time. So I just like to keep it nice and simple and to just follow the natural shadows and contours of my nose and just hope for the best. Once I've done that, what I will do is go back in with my beauty blender, my dirty beauty blender, and to just pat that in there. Just to correct that nose contour, and also so that it works to my best interest. So what I would do next is to also put in some nose contour on the parts of my face that naturally catch light. So for me, it's right here, here, and this little halo area over here. So let me just apply that. So you can see there's already a big difference as to how my nose looks. And I just like to drag that down. Then once I've done that, I like to create a little kind of like triangle shape on this part of my forehead, and then go in a circle and blend that just to highlight that area of my face. Once I've done that, I'll take the butt of my beauty blender and to just blend those two parts in, the nose contour and the highlights. So the next thing that I like to do after I've applied my nose contour is to bronze my face. And I like to use a very dense-ish brush as well as one that's a little bit fluffy. And I just like to apply it on my face. I apply it a little bit above from where I would apply my contour, but then I'll be going back in again with my bronzer just to blend out the contour anyways. So I like to apply it just up here, where my finger hits the bone, just above that, and to just blend it into my skin. I love adding bronzer as it gives my face a very nice 3D effect. Just gives it a little bit more of a oomph. Like I said, I have very dry skin, so I really like to use cream bronzers and cream contours at the moment because my skin is not doing well and it gets really dry. So the cream really helps hydrate my skin as much as it also helps to bronze or contour it. So I like to apply my bronzer in quick short strokes. It helps me control where the product is going. I also like to apply bronzer at the same places where I'd have contour, but I mainly just use it to add in like a little bit of dimension and warmth into my face. I think it looks pretty. The next thing that I like to do is to apply some contour. As you know, I like to use this brush. Ooh, it's a lot of contour. I like to use this brush to apply contour, and I like to use ashy tones to contour. And I only contour at the end of my face. I don't really like dragging my contour a little bit too far in because my cheeks, they have a little bit more volume over here than they do back here. So if I apply it there, it just doesn't look even. I don't know. Much to think about. I don't like the line that it leaves on my cheeks as well, and then it outlines my face when I smile. I don't like that. So I like to just add that in over there. And to blend it upwards. And then once I've applied my contour, I'll just go back in again with my bronzer just to blend it in better a little bit and to make the line a little bit less harsh. I'm really afraid of very visible contour. It's a nightmare of mine. I never want to experience. I just don't like it. So before I move on, what I'm going to do is to just set my under eye, because sometimes it creases and then we have a little bit of a problem then when it does that. So I like to just add in some powder, just a little bit. I don't like taking the powder anywhere too far because I have dry skin, like how I always say, and if I do go crazy, go stupid with powder, my face gets dry. So I only really add it to places that really need to set. So the next thing that I like to do is to add a little bit of blush to my face. I like to use an orangey blush. Well, I want to use an orangey blush for this look. So I just apply blusher like how I always say. It goes up in the same direction as like my contour and my bronzer. I don't bring my blush too far, maybe to like the mid part of where my eye is. So I just like to end it there. I don't want to smile as well and to add blush, because when I stop smiling, my blush will be way too low. So I like to just keep my blush high to just pull up my face a little bit, as well as to use it to blend in my bronzer, my contour, and my highlights. After I've applied the cream of my blush, I'm going to apply a little bit of a powder just to help set it and also to give it a little bit more color. So the blusher that I just applied right now was an orange concealer from MAC. What I'm going to do now is to use a pink blusher and do it over that. I just want a little bit more color from that orange to go with this look. So I'm using Peer Pressure from Chi Cosmetics. And I'm just going to apply that where my blusher had originally been, just to give myself a little bit more color, but none where this looks too red. So I'm going to pat and drag kind of motion, just add that there. You can already see that there's a lot more color on my face right now. Sometimes I like to add blusher over here and up here on my face. I really love the color and the dimensions that are created with blusher, so I'm a little bit obsessed, like obsessed with blusher. Okay, so now that I've done my contour, I've done my bronzer, I've done my blusher, the last thing that I'm going to do is to apply highlights. So a good spot concealing no foundation look only looks good if you are serious about your highlighter. If your highlighter looks good, you're good. So what I like to do is to be very specific with my highlighting, and I like to use this tiny brush and to just apply it on the place where my face naturally hits the light. So there's already a little bit of shimmer on my face, and I think that's from the blusher. So I'm not going to go crazy, go stupid with the highlighter right now, because I already have a gentle glow already happening on my face. So what I will do, trying to think if I should be adventurous. So what I will do actually today, I'm going to apply my highlighter like this. Just on that part of my face. Oops. I don't want to bring my highlighter too far too, that it highlights the texture. Ew. And I'll apply it on my upper brow bone as well. But not the part where it has a little bit of texture, because no one wants to see that. And then I'll also apply it on the bridge of my nose, just at the part where it gets the light, so right here and here. So now it looks like there's a natural glow happening on my face as I turn it. Meanwhile, it's just highlighter. Because I have like eyeshadow on, no eyeshadow on, I'm just going to apply this in the center of my eyelid, just to also give me a little bit of shine there. Let me do that to the other side. And then also drag that up to my brow bone. Let me do the same here. So now when I turn, looks like there's a natural highlight on my face. And just smooth out those edges to make sure that everything blends in seamlessly. So now when I turn, because I was so specific about where I was putting my highlighter, it creates this nice, natural, kind of radiant glow on my face because I was very specific as to what I was doing. Wow. I wish I actually put highlighter like right here. Bam. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to be going awake. Okay, so that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned something, subscribe. If you liked it, subscribe. If you want to know how I achieved this look, you can head on over to my Instagram where I go into more detail as to how I achieved this look. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate our time together. It was very fun. I hope you learned something or two. I hope I didn't waste your time. And as always, be good, be kind, and I'll see you next week. I don't know why I'm standing like this, but I'll see you next week.